Hi guys, my name's Elizabeth, and I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to my channel and let you know and what I plan to do this year, at least with my channel. I am absolutely in love with almost everything reality TV, and right now, the big thing in reality TV is The Bachelor. So I didn't get to watch it live. I hope to most weeks. I did have to tape it and watch it tonight, being Tuesday night. So I thought I would let you guys know what I am thinking of this season. Maybe even take some guesses as to who I think is going to go far and who's going to annoy the heck out of me this year. So, in case you don't know, our Bachelor is Colton, and this is his picture. So he is our Bachelor for this year. He became the Bachelor because he was one of the contestants on last season, which was the Bachelorette, and he was vying for Becca's heart. On a good turn of events for him, he now gets his own show and his pick of 30 ladies who are going to be rolling on in those limousines like they do every single year. And also every year, Chris Harrison is going to tell us how everything is groundbreaking and new, never before done. Again, it's all for views and hype. I know that. I've been following the show for like a decade or more. But I still, for whatever reason, can't look away. So I'm going to settle in and start the show. And I'll be back once I have some feedback. Okay, so I want to start right now by saying, spoiler alert, if you have not watched it yet, even though it was 2 days ago, if you've not watched it yet, stop right now, because I am going to be actually talking about what happened. I plan to upload these videos about The Bachelor specifically on Wednesdays because I don't want to be spoiling it for anyone. I just want this to be fun. So I will probably watch, in most cases, Monday night. And you can follow me on Twitter, and maybe we can be chatting while we watch, if you're watching with me. And then on Tuesdays, I'll kind of record this, my thoughts. And then Wednesday, I hope to have it up most weeks. So, getting to my thoughts. So, he had 30 ladies, and the show took, I want to say, about an hour before it really got into the actual episode. It spent a very long time with Chris at, I think, 4 or 5 different Bachelor Nation parties where they were watching the show. And at a couple of them, there were even proposals from people who are not Bachelor Nation. So that was kind of cool. I really liked they had a little ode, if you will, to the children who have come from the Bachelor Nation. Very cute. And it did kind of give you that feeling of, wow, some of these couples are staying together. I thought it was kind of funny that I feel like most of them came from Bachelor in Paradise, which is the one kind of reality show that I'm not that into. Maybe you guys can convince me this summer to watch it, but I haven't really been following that one. But I do know that a number of the couples were from Bachelor in Paradise as opposed to the actual Bachelor series. Anyhow, that was really cute. The children were adorable. And then they even did a little homage, I guess you would say, to Chris Harrison, because he's about the only constant in this show. So I thought that was really good and sweet. He even had his mom there to introduce it. Well, not there with him, but in one of the other cities. She dropped in on the viewing party. So very cool. But again, he goes on about how it's groundbreaking, earth-shattering. We've never done this. I watched almost every season, and they have absolutely crashed viewing parties in the past. Maybe not quite the same way, but this wasn't really that, earth-shattering. So anyway, it was about an hour, I feel like, of that. And maybe a little bit of the first hour might have been meeting Colton, giving his background story, and then starting to introduce the girls. So then they finally start bringing in the girls, and one by one they come in. And like every season before it, they're all trying to one-up the other as to their fancy special arrival. So there were a number of little gags. One of them gave him a balloon. He didn't even know it was a cherry. He thought it was an apple. She gave him a cherry balloon and popped it. Because I didn't mention this yet. He's supposedly the first virgin bachelor. I feel like I need to go back through the other seasons because I'm certain that that was a big thing with Sean Lowell. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm certain the virginity thing was an issue with him too. Might have been slightly different. Anyway, his big calling card or exciting fact is that he's a virgin. He's also an NFL player or former NFL player, so, well, I mean, I showed you the picture. He's easy on the eyes. So, right. So people are just amazed to think that he could be a virgin. So all of their little gimmicks seem to surround that. So, like I said, one of them gave him a balloon, then popped it, saying she popped his cherry. Another one gave him a deck of cards, had him hold one or pick one from the pile, and when she gave it back to him, it had a V on it. She basically said, "I stole your V card." Okay. Another one, which got really annoying throughout the night, came in, I kid you not, a sloth costume. Yeah. And then proceeded to talk really slow, takes her 2 minutes to say hello and how are you slow, and walking just as slow. They also showed that she, while the other women were mingling, somehow found a tree, climbed it, and was there, hanging in the tree in this ridiculous costume. Oh my. She did actually get out of the costume and spend a few minutes with him, talking as a human. Yeah, I don't understand how she thought that was going to get his interest. So after they go through all of that, 30 ladies, all individually entering the castle or mansion, the next thing is the date. So he gives a short speech, and then immediately, and I mean immediately, he had barely stopped talking, that one of the ladies steals him away, and the drama begins. Because now they all have to fight for 10 minutes of attention, if they even get that. So all through the night, they're showing him briefly with each of the girls. And some of the girls came up with some silly kind of side dates to have with him. So one of them built a little carnival. They basically just did silly things to get his attention and have a few minutes with him. But the biggest thing they focused on was a lady called Catherine. So this lady spent her entire night basically following him around. And any time that one of the other ladies would grab him for a moment, she would be there, so fast, to be can I interrupt? Now, I see both sides of this, because her issue started with the fact that that happened to her. She felt like she had just sat down with him, and another lady approached and said, "Can I interrupt?" and quickly took him away. And she found them, a few yards away, coloring shoes. So she was annoyed that she didn't feel she had enough time and basically asked to steal him back. So she got another few minutes with him, and already this had upset the ladies. How dare you have 2 sit-downs with him when some of us haven't seen him at all? Oh my God. So she then got through that. Someone else stole him away. And I believe it's at this point that one of the other ladies sits her down and says, lady to lady, I don't have anything against you, but we got to talk. Some of the ladies aren't too thrilled that you did that. They don't like that. So we really don't think you should take him again for the rest of the night. Well, her response, in my opinion, was, I actually found it kind of funny because the way the other ladies acted. She basically proceeded to leave that conversation and go directly to him and steal him again. This is number 3 now. And his reaction was, well, I guess third time's a charm. So they then go and sit down and have another, now slightly awkward conversation, right? Because he's kind of thinking the same as the other ladies. Like, I already talked to you. That conversation ends. And eventually, someone comes and takes him away from the third conversation. And then it feels like, before you know it, she's stealing him away again for the fourth time. So this time, the other ladies are like not playing. They're like, he's just a horrible human being. So my honest thoughts on this, if you're in The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, it's your job to make sure that you get that FaceTime with him the first night. It doesn't matter. Like, there is enough time for each girl to have a few minutes with him, even if he does see one more than once. It's your job to be outgoing. Now, that's not my personal specialty, and that's why I would never go on The Bachelor. But these ladies auditioned for the show saying that that was their personality and that they were comfortable doing that and interested in being on TV to do that. So I really thought it was ridiculous that they were mad at this lady because they didn't bother taking a minute to go, like, say, hi, can I see you for a little bit? Anyway, she's hated now, and I foresee her being the villain of the season, like, honestly. So it goes through that, and all of a sudden, the show's pretty much done. Like, they're now ready for the finale of every single Bachelor episode, which we all know, the rose ceremony, of course. So now they're ready for that. And the ladies are all lined up, and he gives his roses. Now, I did forget to mention, he did, before the rose ceremony, give out one rose. So he gives this very crucial rose to Hannah G. So she seemed fun and exciting and bubbly. So I actually feel like she's probably going to go quite a ways in the season unless something really crazy happens. And that generally does bode well, that she probably will be there at least towards the end, if not the very final episode. It's a trend that they tend to be. Anyway, more on my predictions in a minute. So basically, she got that. So she gets to stand there holding her rose without even needing to worry whose name he's going to call. So then he starts, and he has 23 roses left, because he's given one of his 24 roses away. So he is dismissing 6 ladies in one night. I was actually a little surprised he got rid of the sloth, because that was literally posted as her career. I mean, a couple seasons ago, they had a guy, and his career, I want to say it was wabam. Okay, so, yeah. And he actually made it a few episodes in. I was pulling my hair out, with just insanity of that. But anyway, that's kind of what happened. He got rid of 6 ladies, and so now we are down to 24. Next week, he will start actual dates, which is exciting, right? Actual dates. So that's basically my synopsis and my initial thoughts of this episode. If you guys have any thoughts yourself or questions, definitely leave some messages. I am going to be linking in my description all of my social media, so my Twitter, my Instagram, all of that, so that you guys can follow me. And I will be back hopefully every Wednesday with basically this: sit down, chat, let you know what I am thinking about this episode that I just watched. I think it's a little too early for me to make predictions, so I'm going to ask you to be patient and let me watch next week's episode, and then I will definitely give you guys my thoughts on who I am liking and who I really expect to stick around. So that's it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed. Definitely take advantage of those links below. And thanks for watching.